Ndewono, Ekabo, Sanu, thank you for joining us. As a father, what scares you more, failing emotionally or failing financially?
So I don't think I can fail financially. By God's grace, there are certain principles that I've lived my life by, and I know my finances will be taken care of. Like Bible says, "I will man diligent in his work. He will stand before kings, right, and not men." And then the reward for good work is more work. And so these are things I tend to do. Diligence, showing up, being hardworking. So those things will happen to me financially. So I think for me personally, what scares me the most will be showing up emotionally, because I've realized that fatherhood forces you to confront certain traumas that you were not even aware were existing. And in the face of that, it's a constant unlearning and relearning, unlearning and relearning, same particular thing over and over and over and over again. And it doesn't just, besides just how you even discipline your child, it's also how you emotionally regulate them. It's also how you teach them. It's also how you show up as a friend to them. It's also, there are a lot of all those things. It's also how you are a role model to them, because this is the, at least for my sons. Sorry, for my sons, this would be their example of who a man is, and I want them to have a very strong and good example of that, and I cannot fail at that. If not, the trauma continues. So yes, that's it.
And I guess you're talking about gentle parenting versus because I told you so. Like,
Funny enough, that word gentle parenting self, sometimes it pisses me off. But I'm asking myself, is this not a trigger point for something? But yeah, you are right.
how does
More
it
or less,
piss
it's
you
just the
off?
parenting styles, because we
Wait,
want,
wait, let's
yeah,
go back to how does it piss you off? Let's
like gentle. What is gentle parenting? The way the world is, you cannot afford to be gentle about parenting, but there is a way to love and parent the person, right? So
Mm.
yeah, that is it. There's just, I don't know why there's something in that word. Maybe it's adding gentle to it, because parenting feels like a struggle. I'm
It
trying
is
to
just
fight for my life here. Sorry.
I'm surviving.
I'm trying, do you understand? And you now
I
put
am
gentle in front of that, you're
just
like,
you get
what's gentle about what we are doing?
absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing. And honestly, I was telling you that I don't remember what book I read. Maybe it was like The Outlier or so. And it made me know how blessed I am to have the parents that I have because they encouraged me asking questions. And then sometimes when I think
Curiosity,
about
yeah.
my siblings, I think that when it got to me, because I'm the last child, my parents probably got
Very
tired and
tired.
and then just, gave me more leeway, gave
Freedom.
me more room. And because sometimes when I remember certain statements I made in front of my dad or my mom, I'm like, and when maybe he's like, what? Or maybe he'll call my name like Ebele. And I'm like, oh crap. I actually said that
I
to
said
my
that.
dad. Do you get? But I don't even think that my siblings had that. Do you get?
Freedom.
No. So when I'm with my son is also quite inquisitive. And whenever he goes on and on and on, my mom is like, that's you. That's you. This is what you did. And I can't even complain. I can't fault because I want to encourage the questioning. I want to encourage the curiosity. But then it's exasperating.
Yeah.
Like it's non-stop. Right, mama? Right?
I
Right,
think
mama?
the consolation is in all these things, especially when I'm exasperated, is that when you when you are doing the right thing, you would
Mm,
always be exasperated.
mm,
The wrong thing doesn't make you tired.
because it's
It's
kind of easy.
like doing the right thing or showing up requires effort, and it's that effort we see. It's the
No.
and then adulting is not the easiest thing to do. So it's navigating adulthood and having a child with you, doing all of, so there are those pressure points, but the consolation is that you are on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen how your son interacts and how he's respectful and how he's curious. Do you understand? Like you've done a great job. You deserve a pat
Thank
in the back
you. Uh,
or a
Thank
tub of
you.
ice cream, whichever comes
Please
first.
send funds. Send funds. No, but I would say the same for
Yeah.
you as well. I would say the same for you as well. Do you know, at one point, I think I saw it on social media. I told him, today, my name is not Mama. My name is Emperor. And then the boy took it up. He said, really? Emperor? I was like, yes, my name is.
Emperor.
So he
Everything will
would
become
ask,
a joke.
yeah, everything would just be, Emperor? Mama, oh, I'm sorry. Emperor? Can I have Emperor? This boy now went to school and started
As,
giving his classmates different names.
are you serious?
So when they now started this, the classmates now started complaining that that's not their name, but he's stuck on it. So
Emperor.
the teachers had to tell me that why is my son misbehaving? No, they first started, they were like, is there anything new in your house? Like any changes? No, that's not even what they asked actually. She was
And they
like,
can't
I
ask. I
have
don't know. These people, they won't ask direct. If it's Nigerian schools, they will just say, "See what your picking do." But this was
yeah.
coming. You will now be having to interrogate
Let
before
me
you
tell
get
you how
the
they actually asked me. They said, don't I want to ask you a very personal question. Don't It's none of my business, but I have to ask you. I was like, yeah, sure. And they're like, are you in a relationship now? Is there a man in your life? And I'm like, no. Then I was like, because Neto is acting very strange. He's acting out. Is this, is that? He's bullying his classmates. His friends don't want to play with him. And I'm like, okay, what exactly are the actions? And then they tell me that he's giving his classmates
names.
names. I now said, okay, that's the game that we were playing. And then I
Mm-hmm.
explained to them the game because
Yeah.
he now changed. So I became emperor. He said I normally call him adult toddler. So he said he's no man adult toddler, he's an adult. Then I now told him, okay, da. So he calls my mom da. That da's name is Queen. So Emperor Da
Da
Queen.
Queen.
So he translated it to giving his classmates other names. I'm like, okay, this game is only for the house,
You see,
not
context is
out.
also very important. A lot of like, it was a game. Your son wasn't bullying. He was trying to have that same fun he had with you
Yes.
people at home. He was trying to translate the joy into class. But how the teacher got the conclusion that that was bullying or whatever, it's another thing that just shows you how
Because
different.
in a way, it was because his friends were not happy. They didn't like
Happy
it.
with it,
And
yeah.
he kept insisting. They would say, no, my name is, they say,
Because he's
no.
a child, and when he
Yes,
changed his name, it was joyous to him. So how dare
yes.
you not find that same joy? So, and it wasn't bullying. But if they were able to isolate what that thing was, the
Yes. So,
conversation would have been, they would have just, before they are
yeah.
asking, is there a man, is there this, is there, and they are
So I
saying
told them,
it's
they
not
now
my
said, oh,
it's
okay,
not
that makes
my
sense.
business to ask, but let me ask, why are you not asking if it's not your
It
business?
was so dramatic.
My
I've
God.
had the weirdest
And you'll be
questions
worried, like,
asked.
I'm hoping, because they probably do not understand the paranoia that we, my grandparents, come with. Because when they tell you some, my parents, you're automatically, there is just a red light that's almost blinking, and you just want them to reassure you that it's not that serious. Do you understand? Because you'll be wondering how, what has happened again? Did something happen? Did an incident? Then you now realize that this matter is a non-issue. You'll be like, ah, God, God.
There's one that they use a lot that annoys me, but I think I've probably gotten used to it. Oh, your son had an accident.
Do you
You
know
know
the
what
meaning
that
of
means?
do you know the meaning of
That he
accident?
just peed and that he needs change of clothes. And I'm like, you people was like, oh, he had an accident. Please, when you're coming, bring
You'll be
change of
thinking he
clothes.
broke his hand in school, or broke his leg, or sprained his ankle, or injured himself. Because that's our understanding of accidents. But yeah, different street for different
Yeah,
folks.
it's yeah, it's there's more pressure on us to show up emotionally for our children because we have learned more. Our parents didn't have the words for this and didn't even have the research for
Yeah.
this. Their own was just provide. You have a
They
roof
did the
over your
best
head.
they
You
knew
have no, they
how
did
to
the best.
do.
I'm not
And
disputing,
now
they
we
did the
know more
best.
better. So
Yes,
yeah.
but then we have more pressure because we are like, there's that guilt that comes with, oh, am I doing enough? Oh, if I scold him now, would he be traumatized when he's a certain age?
I know
Oh,
they
if
think all
I
those
tell,
things. So
my dear.
like because how do I put it? So for me, like it's a thing of like you just said, our parents didn't know better. They did the
Mhm.
best of their ability, and now
And they
that
did.
you know better, you would still do the best of your ability.
Mhm.
But I'd like to think that I'm not doing it second guessing myself. Of course, there are those moments that you may worry and be like, I'm hoping this thing is okay, like this and the rest. But it's a thought that you cannot dwell on too much
Mhm.
and prevent yourself from taking actions or being firm when you are supposed to. Sometimes, yeah, that's what I think.
I think it comes from, say, when I tell him to do something and he says no, and then I insist. I want him to learn his nose, but then I wonder, am I breaking his strong will when I insist and go against, do you know?
Do you know that it's so well? It's not that deep. Like that moment when you tell me to listen, because I know that we like to think when your parents tell you no, did they break your strong will? And it's okay
Maybe
most certain times now.
social.
Because if they broke if if this version is your strong will being broken, I shudder to think if will be masquerade.
You do make a fine point. You do make a fine point. Yeah.
So
Thank you
sometimes
for
you
the
have to
context.
like
Yeah.
relax, give yourself a pat on the back,
Yeah.
and you just keep trying your best. Literally
Mm.
keep trying your best.
Mm.
And
So she cancel law. Okay. What does being a man mean to you now, separate from, money, having owo?
I think I actually said it's been um well there's the provision there, and even when the provision is not tied to money, but for me here, um provision is tied to money still, even though it's a two income household and all that. Provision is tied to money, but then beyond provision is also being present, and that's the thing I'm still struggling with. If you notice, I mentioned that when I was hustling, there was a way I was able to zero in a work and all those kind of things. So when I'm thinking provision, I'm thinking, okay, I need to zero in a work in order to make this thing count, send those job applications, focus on this work, make this curriculum for the British Council and all those kind of stuff. I'm thinking of all these many things. But within all of all these things, I have to show up physically for my family, and I have to learn it. And I think I also thank God that a lot of the work I do is remote, so it makes me present in the house. So
Mhm.
at least from that, I can show up. But I realize that sometimes after wrangling my son, taking him to school, bringing him back, doing all these things, I get very tired. And it's almost like my wife has the tired version of me, because by that time I want to go to bed and just sleep. Um, but I'm learning how to, irrespective of that, try if whether it's just cooking.
Mhm.
There was this sauce, there was this stew I made, rice beans and this stew, palm oil stew with ram meat that I did recently. That's so I was like, so there are moments I need to just so I realized that okay, these are some kind of ways I can do that. Show up
Mhm.
more often and deliberately in the way I can. So yeah, being a man now besides profession is also being present,
Mhm.
and that's something I'm learning because being present there are several dimensions to it. I have to be present emotionally, physically, and I have to be present with my time.
Mhm. There's, I read a story online. The man wrote to a blogger, not, I don't remember who exactly it is now. And the man was asking the lady to help. her, no, to help him advise the wife because the lady has like a community of followers. And he said that the wife is ambitious and works really hard, but that he doesn't know why the wife works really hard because he provides for the family. And he wanted the wife to stop, to have a soft life. So the person asked, has your wife told you that she's not happy? He now said, no, that's not the point. That he just wants her, that she's doing too much hard work, that he just wants her to be soft and be happy. It's like, bro, have you asked her what she wants? Or maybe you should dig deeper into where your own concern is. Maybe it's making you feel less of a man because your wife is, driven and is earning, or, where is the whole unrest coming from, especially since your wife hasn't complained because it's like she's always working, she's always focusing on her business, she doesn't have time for the family. And then he then says, but she's still doing the things that she needs to do. She's taking care of the house, she's cooking, she's doing all those things. So it's like, your marriage is fine. What are you complaining about? And then the man says, you won't understand, you won't understand. So I'm trying to get it from a man's perspective in the sense that people who marry ambitious women, is there a way that it's, affects them with that whole cultural provider title?
I again, the way I see life, it's not like a one size fits all situation. The man in question, um, I don't know what his worries may be, um, but if everything is seemingly good and he's having concerns, then the job would be to interrogate where his fears are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And his fears could be bigger than um oh, burden that I'm feeling like my role is threatened and everything and all that. Because I think in a balanced world where if she was showing up for him the way he expects or what he demands from his woman, there's no love language that says jobless woman
Mm-hmm.
or jobless man, right? If his love language is acts of service, and if he has defined act of service like, if I'm spending money to do XYZ, I would love some burdens of this thing to be removed from me since my wife is working. And if my wife is working and I'm not seeing that thing happen, then it feels as if she's not taking care of me. Do you understand? But if she's not working, then I can make a mental shift in my head that it's because she's not working, that's why I'm doing everything financially. Again, like I said, a lot of times from my own experience and the way I've also interrogated some of my friends and from a masculine experience personally, it's not a problem when you marry an ambitious person.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is when, because a man with job that is ambitious, that is a man's, what's it called, natural state. Like you have to work and do stuff. But for women, especially from the way it's being framed, whether by social media and the rest, it makes it look like there's an achievement here. And I'll break it down in this way where a man getting a job is just a man getting a job. But a woman is strong, independent. And I'm like, should you not be able to pay for your house rent and all those things for yourself before? Like, because if a man is doing it, there's no medal. He's just living his life.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the medal that you are craving from this thing? Now, I think I was having a conversation with someone, and the person was like, "Oh, it's because for a very long time, women were not free to do this, and now that they are doing it, so I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Oh well, I'm good." So, anyways, back to the question you asked. In a situation where it looks as if you having a job is some form of silent resistance to something, you are that like that's that tension should not reflect in a relationship because you didn't marry your enemy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
again, if we are a partnership, then there should be a partnership. and we should play to our strengths, which means that if the man is earning more, by all means, he should be the largest contributor financially for the family. But if it's a partnership, you have to bring something that is measurable monthly. It's not that, oh, when the man covers and he has stretched it to his limit, you will bring something to support. That is not a quantifiable way to assist your man. Do you understand? The quantifiable way to assist your man is, what are you handling financially? If he's handling rent, insurance, and blah blah blah, are you handling all the groceries, all the this? That's the only way a man can see that, okay, my, like, the financial burden doesn't feel very apparent on me, because this things will be measurable. And then if you flip it the other way, if the woman is the one earning more, then mathematically, logically, it means that she should be the one to lead, contributing more financially, right? But then you see a lot of scenarios where it's almost never like this. And I think we started off, there was a situation, a question you had asked, when I was like, you do not understand the situation. Like, when it comes to a man and a woman's relationship, there are a lot of marriages, especially in the UK, and marriages are collapsing because the woman is still holding to that traditional sense of man provider, provide everything. But the woman is also working full time, and the man is confused. And so it's not a question. Again, it's not a question of marrying someone ambitious. It is curbing your egos when you are tied to someone as a partnership, right? So by curbing your egos, is this a partnership? We both want to succeed at this. So what's the best approach, and are we doing that? Because a lot of times for men, this family is all they have. But a woman who is thinking, oh, this job is a security for me in case something happens to my child, so I need to be protecting myself. So you see that just by virtue of those thought processes, she's already thinking protect and saving myself in case my man does. But that already gives you that already paints a situation where it's looking like the man is the enemy.
It's an escape, it's an exit plan.
Yes, it's an exit plan. So, but if the man, if the man has that exit plan mentality, you can't survive because he won't be giving his all to this thing. To this, do you get? So, I think there are a lot of dynamics that come into play. But I think basically it comes down to ego management. Because there was a statement I told someone that anyone who has power is likely to misbehave if they do not curb their ego. Anyone who has power in every situation, whether it's your workplace, whether it's in politics, whether it's head of the family, whether it's chief, whatever it is. So it's the same thing. And for a lot of people, power can be financial, where I'm earning a lot of money. So if I'm earning a lot of money and I'm the primary breadwinner, how a man in that situation may become a tyrant? If we flip it, a woman in that situation would also become a tyrant. Do you understand? So it's the same thing. It's being able to manage your egos. At least that's what I think.
Okay. How did your relationship change when you stopped trying to meet a traditional gender role?
I stopped trying to meet a traditional gender. I don't know if I've stopped trying to meet a traditional gender role. I think it has just evolved to a sense where when there's a need, I try to meet it. And I tell myself, okay, I'm the most available to address this particular need right now. Right? So I know that the nature of my work will take me away from family a lot of times if I'm going to film and all that. So when I'm present, I have to be present. So that's one of the reasons why. And then, of course, the family would benefit a lot from a partnership in a genuine sense of the word. And where you cannot limit your partnership to just financials. You limit your, like, the house is like this, who is cleaning this, who is cleaning what, who is doing that, who is showing up for the son. Like, there are a lot of times things that I know that I can handle these things, right? So I've chosen to handle those things. Who is supervising my son's lectures, who is giving him dinner, who is, so I know that I'm the one who can primarily do that. Because when my wife supervises him, he doesn't finish eating his food, right? So it just makes sense. But then again, this is me trying to be actively present. And understanding deeply that we are not in Nigeria where we don't have help. And if we don't have help, where's the other one coming from? where is the assistance coming from that will prevent us from crumbling under the weight of what capitalism will create
Mm-hmm.
for the family? And it's with that thought in mind that I show up consistently. And again, all through this interviews, you've also asked me how um, I want to show up. I
Mm-hmm.
think there's a way you asked the question, and I told you that being present is something that I'm working on. So it's also how I've chosen to be present. I mean, if I had an active 9 to 5 that was full time and not remote, I know the situations would be a lot different. We would have to rework. Okay, what can this family now do? Because now I won't have this time on my hands to be at this hands on these things. But now that I have the time on my hands, then I have to get myself in the jet. Um, so that's how I basically see it. But then in terms of um, it being gender roles, I don't think I think in those terms. Like I'm not thinking this is a gender role that I'm not doing right now. This is a gender role that I'm doing. I think understand. So yeah, that's just it.
What do you think immigrant men in your position are silently dealing with or don't talk about?
But I think immigrants, many members, I won't know, right? But I guess maybe it's the weight of expectation. So I can't tell. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
okay. You're just making an assumption. I understand.
Because for me, my own is FX now. You know how foreign exchange. Do you understand? But I don't think that's every immigrant's man's thing that they are silently dealing with. Because a lot of times when they come here, if they are saying if you are driven by I want to fully integrate here, then any job available you do it and it can make you earn a lot quicker earlier
Mm-hmm.
compared to me who I was packing a lot of clients from there because yeah, so it's so I don't know exactly, but I guess it would be trying to adjust in a system where trying to adjust in a new system and forget everything they everything they knew about what a man should be, right?
Mm,
Back home, trying to define what this phase would be for them. I think it's everyone will struggle to find something about that, whether it's and how to. Yeah, I think that's what I would say. But I'm not sure I can answer that
that's
clearly for
okay.
everyone.
Do you believe that a man's worth should be tied to what he earns?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody's watch should be tied to what they earn. Um, right? I don't think anybody's watch should be tied to what they earn. But then we also live in a deeply materialistic world, and we know that people worship money. So, and we know that. Um, I saw a video recently. It was Akpabio's daughter in Cross River State.
Mm,
She was sharing out hats for City Boy movement
okay.
to some old men and women, and these old men and women were chanting that our mama beat this, so we not get another one. This girl is 25 years. They have children that are older than this girl, but it's money, right? Um, so in a situation like that, I know that a lot of respect comes when you are able to provide.
That's true.
And then money gives you a sense of security and freedom. So you want to always have that covered at any point in time, right? But do not let your words be tied around that. It's a hard thing, but then you want that to because me what I do is I deal with everyone. Um, every human deserves rights to common human decency and dignity. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
giving you respect and I expect you to respect me back. Not because of the number of zeros in my account, but I also know I am also actively aware, especially for us culturally. I also know that our people are very deeply materialistic. And money and fame and success is something that they bow to. I'm not ignorant of that. So ideally, there's the ideal and there's what's in practice. Ideally, I don't think anyone should be treated better, but I know in practice that's what happens, right? And um, it's not something I can become a revolutionary for and fight. I can't fight the system, right?
Yes,
But yeah, it's what it is.
I 100% agree with you. And I would say it's not just in husband and wife relationship, it cuts across even for siblings,
Yes,
for extended
yes,
family, for
yes,
communities. Money most times dictates how the person sees you and the person's expectation of how you should react because they've helped you.
yes. You're right.
And
As
this is
fortunate as it may be, you're right.
yes.
Even within a family, if the last born is very financially wealthy, when you see that the parents will be driven to defend them one kind, yeah, it's just it's unfortunate, but it's what it is. So you can only just try to be successful and comfortable in your own rights. We may not all be singularly rich, but when you are comfortable and no one can use money, you cannot be bought.
You are melted.
Oh, when you cannot be bought, then
Yeah,
you realize that yeah, there's a sense of freedom and liberation that comes from that.
that's so true. That is true. You have more choices and you have more
Yes.
say in what goes and what doesn't go. That is true. Okay, so final question. You have been awesome, but last question. So, if your son followed your exact path, what would you warn him about?
If you follow my exact path, what will I want him
So, in
about?
terms of the career
Stop
you've
and smell the
chosen,
coffee. Stop
you
and
should
smell
stop and
what?
think.
Yeah, stop. Like just relax. Cause like you know how I explained. There
Mm-hmm.
was a question you asked when you asked. It was two questions. One of them was that jumping off a cliff thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other one was I a victim of like there was a, when I answered and I said I had to create systems around myself
Oh
and around
yeah,
my
I
family, but
remember. Okay, so let me backtrack just in case if we lost it. The first one was like I said, when you jumped off a cliff, how did you navigate the fall to get to where you are career-wise now?
yeah,
That was the first question.
yeah, and I answered and I was like it wasn't jumping off a cliff for me because the word of God had come deeply spiritual, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
there was the other question you asked where I talked about creating systems around myself that insulated me from
I think it was something to do with pressure.
yes.
Um, how people have people ever taken you less seriously because your work wasn't stable?
Years
That
before
was
pre-blow and all
yes.
those kind of things, right? And the system I created around myself didn't help me like just stop and smell the coffee. Because I
Mm-hmm.
was always going hard at every point in time. So I think that's what I would advise him to do. Stop and smell the coffee. A lot of this because I realized that I had lived in Lagos for quite a while and I had not gone to Fela's shrine. I had not gone to National Museum. I had not there are some places that I haven't just gone to because I have just been working. And I'm like, ah, God. One of the happiest times of my life was when I was teaching at Evan Life Creative Academy because I had colleagues that we were like, okay, let's go to Bukobiri. Oh, let's go
Oh,
to one of these
really?
Polynesian restaurants. And I was like, those were the times I had to explore those places. And I was like, ah, if I had more time, I thought I had more time with him. But I had to, restructuring went on, sorry for another day. But then that's what I'll tell myself to do, like just relax and enjoy it as much as you want to hyper focus.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the journey also. Like explore more, see new things, relax, right? You will be successful. Relax.
You know,
You'll be fine. Relax.
you are absolutely right because moving to Oakland from San Francisco, I don't think I've explored this town and I've been here, what, 2 years? I don't know the
I
fun
haven't
places.
even explored anything. And I've always told myself that that job, the moment I just land that job and everything is
Okay.
like, I want to also, um, what's the word now? I don't want to say glamorize my life,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to curate it in such a way that there are a lot of picturesque places. Whether if I decide to go take the family there every weekend, oh let's just go here and eat here, oh let's just walk here. It may be a 1 hour thing, maybe 30 minutes thing, but in doing that, taking pictures, just like you, and this is something I want you to understand. You are living a good life right now. It may not be where you aspire to be at right now, but
Mhm.
this is so much better than where you were 3 years ago. Now, the quality of life that you are living here cannot be less because it's a good life. So you
Mm.
see that in that explore thing, and the funny thing is, I think to a large extent, maybe you were doing this in San Francisco, those what's it called, um, concerts you used to go for, right? Usher's concert. And was it San Francisco? It was in San Francisco,
It was San Francisco, some in Oakland as well, but
but you
it
haven't done
was
a lot in Oakland, like
I did one. I did one some months back. Who did I go? Boys to Men, Tony
boys.
Braxton, and New Edition came. It was a 3-in-1 show. So I went for that.
So
That
those,
was,
so those
yeah.
type of shows, sometimes when there's some spare change there, just go
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, just stroll, just take
Mm.
pictures, just that sunshine, just enjoy those things.
Thank you so
Because
much,
when we
X.
get into this
It's
month,
gonna cut off very soon.
alright, so we are rolling.
So let me let you go. Thank you so much. This has been amazing, and we hope to have you next time. So bye bye. Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank
Take
you
care
for
of
your
yourself.
time.
I
Bye.
had a blast. I had a blast. Take
Me
care.
as well. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for staying with us, and tell me in the comment section what else you would want me to talk about and questions you want me to address, and I'll be happy to do that. Okay, bye bye.